So in 2004, February, in the middle of the winter, Minnesotan winter, I arrived at the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport, inappropriately dressed with a small suitcase and a big dream. I was heading to the College of St. Catherine back then. I didn't realize how cold it would get anywhere in the world, so I was not dressed for the winter. But that did not matter. I was excited to finally achieve my first dream as a young 17-year-old arriving from Zimbabwe to the campus at St. Catherine, and that's when my journey began. The first 4 years were incredible. I grew up there. It was home there. My leadership skills grew there. And I was ready to get out into the world after I graduated. Little did I know that there was a whole difficult journey awaiting me. After graduating, I met my partner. We got along, we got married, but things turned for bad when I first found out that I was pregnant. He did not want the child. He was not ready. But contrary to how I was raised, I was going to keep the child because it was a blessing. It was a gift from God. And he became more and more violent because he did not want to have the child. I remember getting through my network at St. Kate's, getting the number for Sarah's and Oasis for Women. I was so impressed with how hidden Sarah's was because I had always driven or walked past these streets here, but I never knew there was such a space. And that one fateful day when I finally managed to get in, she was standing right there with her big smile on her face, Sister Maggie. She would welcome me, and her hug, I just felt like I was melting in my mother's arms. I was a little bit over 4 months pregnant at this time. That's about 16 years ago, because my first son is now 16 and way taller than me, and I can't believe it's been 16 years. But coming to Sarah's was one of the first places I felt welcomed, from the walls to the smells of the food and the hugs from Sister Maggie, Cheryl, even the women that were living here. And while I was new, it felt welcoming. It felt like they were familiar. I knew them from before. So that was the journey that brought me to Sarah's and Oasis for Women. My life journey would make a very big turn after that. It wasn't easy because, as you know, Sarah's is only designed for single women, but they were flexible to allow me to come while I was pregnant. While living here, I felt that I was supported and loved and not judged. I was cared for. And I think one of the things that stood up for me was the cultural specificity of the provision of services. It was tailored to myself. I felt like the staff here, they took time to understand who I was and what I needed. And I was always impressed with how they seemed to do that for every single woman. Women from West Africa, from Liberia, I from Zimbabwe, Southern Africa, other women from Ethiopia, Oromia, the Congo, some, who didn't even understand a single word of English, but the love was like a universal language. That was my experience there. I believe being here allowed me to take a breath and to rest. It allowed me to go from fight, flight, at times freeze. I went from my limbic brain system to more my frontal lobe. I managed to dream again. I managed to dream again about what kind of mother I wanted to become. It was at this place where I would get the ideas to even think about creating a similar space for more women. I really believe that everything and anyone can grow in healthy soil. Being at Sarah's and Oasis for Women was that healthy soil for me because of the things I've been able to accomplish since leaving Sarah's and Oasis for Women. Not only have I gone to found a nonprofit organization that is culturally specific and is really an inspiration from the model of the sisters at Sarah's and Oasis for Women. I've also gone to be an advocate, from speaking in the state capitol just recently this month to advocating up to the level of the United Nations stages. I've also gone to build the first ever culturally specific healing home for African immigrant survivors and victims of gender-based violence, which we will be opening this May in Rogers, Minnesota. I've gone to write 4 books, including an anthology that we are launching in Paris in the next 2 weeks with women from 30 different countries. I've gone to do so much amazing work, and I believe that the roots of that were seeds planted while I was healing at Sarah's and Oasis for Women. So this is what impact looks like, to go from being a victim to a global leader in the capacity that I'm able to make as much impact as I've been able to do. So that has been my experience. Healing in a space like Sarah's can create so much goodness, and the impact goes beyond the walls. It goes global.